right, y'all. We got sunshine again today, and I had to get some, I get some tarping done today. So I came out here and I try and get a little bit of work done before we get that blizzard everybody been hit with. But I thought we would do the woman of witness. Yeah, Anna. Yeah. Let's hear more about Anna. Want to? I gotta find somewhere for my glasses here. Hold on. They'd be safekeeping right there. Here we go. Ready? To discover Anna's perspective on the birth of the Son of God, we must begin by asking, who was she? William Barclay refers to Anna as one of the quiet in the land, because the scriptures give us little information about her. Yet, in just 3 verses, we are given a fascinating snapshot of this woman. Notice how Luke pictures her and her entrance onto the scene. Luke chapter 2, verses 36 through 38. And there was a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel, the tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years and had lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and then as a widow to the age of 84. She never left the temple, serving night and day with fastings and prayers. At that very moment, she came up and began giving thanks to God, who continued to speak of him to all those who were looking for the redemption of Jerusalem. Only 3 verses, but they are filled with helpful insights into the woman that Herbert Lockyer labeled the woman who became the first Christian missionary. Let's learn about her name and her family. The name Anna is the New Testament equivalent of the Old Testament Hannah, a word that means grace or favor. And Anna, or Anna, depending on how you want to pronounce it, certainly was favored by seeing the infant Christ and telling of his arrival on planet Earth. Anna's father was Phanuel, and his name means the appearance or face of God, and was derived from the patriarch Jacob's wrestling with God. After that experience, Jacob renamed the location Peniel, because he said, I have seen God face to face and have survived. Genesis chapter 32, verses 22 through 32. Peniel speaks powerfully of the intimate face-to-face communion with God. That is the privilege of the child of God. The intimacy, the imminence, the nearness, yes, even the accessibility of God. All of those extraordinary ideas reside in that wonderful name by which Anna's father was known. Phanuel, the face of God. Anna is also described as being from the tribe of Asher. Now, Asher was the 8th born son of Jacob, otherwise known as Israel, and the 2nd by Leah's handmaid, Zilpah. Now, when he was born, Leah named him Asher, which means happy. Bible historians see this as significant because Asher has often been considered one of the so-called lost tribes of Israel. Apparently, they were not so lost after all, for in the 1st century, Anna is clearly identified as a member of that tribe. Her life situation. When I was in seminary, it was fashionable to speak out about the principles of Sitzemleben, that, which in German is for life setting or life situation. To put it simply, in the thinking of some German theologians, all of scriptural study was reduced to this one point. Does it matter in the situations of life? Well, that is far too general and simplistic an application of the concept. The fact remains that we live life in the midst of specific situations, and those situations mold and shape us personally, as well as molding and shaping our responses to the situations we face in life. We do not live alone on a desert island. We live life in a series of situations that impact who we are becoming in Christ. And this was true of Anna as well. Her life situation was etched in sorrow and marked by perseverance. Widowed after only 7 years of marriage, Anna was apparently left childless, facing life without joy and a life without significance in her culture. The sorrows of her youth carried on into her old age, for she is described as being 84 years old and having never remarried. Note that some Bible scholars translate the verse as saying that she lived an additional 84 years after her husband's death, which would make her about 105 years old. Wow. The sorrow of such loss and perseverance of long life would be a destructive combination for many people, plunging them into a perpetual black hole of despair and self-pity. But such was not the case with Anna. She chose to live positively in the service of her God, praying, praising, and anticipating His grace. Yeah. That's it, man. You know, when we truly come to know God, a lot of times people can't understand, you know, you don't come from the right lineage, you don't this, you don't that, you know, oh, what a poor life you've lived. For some, their perspectives on how they see life, actually for all of us, our perspectives on how we see life is what happens in our life's journey. But you know, there's a lot of perspectives to look at. And once we quit looking at our life perspective from our perspectives and start seeing it from God's perspective, it changes. It changes. Because He gives us hope. Because He gives us a joy that's unspeakable, you know. Now that doesn't mean happy all the time. Asher, the name Asher is happy. And yeah, but the happiness comes from being able to have the joy. It doesn't mean you're always happy. A lot of times you're like in whoa. Perspectives. The windows. Don't just look in one window. Don't just look in your window. And don't, you know, we walk around and we place judgments on others by the window we look in or we look out of. It's not the same for everyone. That's where we have to keep an open mind, a tender heart. You know, there was a song, My Father's Eyes, back in the 80s, and I love that song. Eyes full of compassion. You know, if I can get that song on here, I'll link the link below and you need to listen to it, because that's truly the prayer we got to have. It's the eyes of God. His eyes aren't ours. He doesn't see things as we do. He sees them so different. And yet, He loves us so much. He leaves it up to each of us to choose how we're going to live it. And we lose so much happiness when we choose to live it, looking only at things through our own perspective. Okay, y'all, I got to get back to work. I'm going to try to get, we'll do another one of these. For the next one, her consistent priorities. All right, y'all, have a great one. Stay safe, stay warm. Yeah. And pass out some kindness. It's a free gift.